Well, good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. And reminded me of something yesterday that the reason why she doesn't put the comments on the side panel. And I honestly forgot because if people have other people blocked, it doesn't make sense for them to see the comments because that always starts an argument. So, but I wanted to also, I see Louisiana High Ride is here. I want to apologize to you. I went back and I read my chat, and I'm not pleased with what Susie Rottencrotch was saying. So, again, if someone is being attacked in the chat, time them out. Or if you're not sure, you can ask me and I'll do it myself. But I didn't appreciate that being done. So I wanted to say that. I saw that when I went back and looked at my chat because I didn't know what was going on. My sister mentioned it to me when she and I spoke. So I went back and I looked. Savage, great live yesterday. Oh my God, I was so excited. Great, great live. Good morning, Mari Mari. Good morning, Sweet Potato. Good morning, Gamecock Jenny. Chantel Gucci. Um, who else did I see? Wendy's Front Yard. Bombs Crafting with Amanda. Erica, not Eric Hall. Good morning. Louisiana High Ride, my Black Hat Music. Good morning. 11, good morning. I hope you had a great birthday. She said, take me to church. Um, who else? Cooking and Crime with Ann. It's raining here. It's been raining since last night. So this morning I remembered I was supposed to send Brooke my the receipt for my crabs, right? And I thought the fee, the shipping fee was $2.75. I was wrong. It was $2.50. So and I told you it's about time for me to order those crabs again. Good morning, Bella. I didn't see you. I told you it's about time for me to order the crabs. I ordered them last year, October 25th. So I said I was going to order them next week, and I'm right on time. Um, Hello, let's see. Hi, Heath and April. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, myself. Happy birthday. I'm looking for Sweets. Sweets wanted to come up on panel, and I don't see her. When Sweets gets in the chat, could you guys let me know, please, when she gets here? I was scrolling down. I don't see her. So when Sweets gets in the channel, could somebody please just let me know? And I will drop the link for her. Uh, this shit has gotten out of hand. You had your coffee and cookies. Lori has any. Oh my God! Did Lori Chantel? She went live asking for $1.50 for Mountain Dew, and did that guy actually send her the money? Did he send it to her? And then she went live again asking for money for cigarettes. Guys, look, I'm sorry. I don't have any toilet paper. I'm hungry. I need cigs. And I'm going to need you to come out your stingy pockets. I know that Drea is probably asleep. I'm going to have to fire her soon because she's never on her job. But I peeped into a chat last night. Well, it was yesterday afternoon. Or was it? Well, yesterday evening. And I saw Cranky. So I guess she's doing better. She's settled in. And I said I was going to call her. Um, because I know she did a big move. So I'm definitely gonna have to check on her too. I don't know why I don't have my I don't like that. I got used to the other clear one. I don't like. Thank you, Michelle. I don't like that. I like the clear one. I don't see it anymore. So, but again, um, can somebody hit up Sweets? Oh, Drea, there you are. There you are. So, somebody brought something to my attention yesterday, and this is about a franchise holder in Ohio for Chick fil A that got arrested for driving over 400 miles to allegedly engage in sex with a 15-year-old. So I had to go look for it. And I was like, wait a minute. So this happened in 2024. Hi, Amber. I enjoyed your live yesterday too. Let me send Sweets a message really quick. Let me see where she's at. Um, Let me send Sweets a message. Hold on, guys. Um, Damn it. What did she send it to me at? Okay, I found it. Let me tell her I'm live now. Okay. Okay, so he got arrested in 2024. His franchise is located in Ohio, and he drove to have sex. Oh, there she is. Hi, Sweets. To have sex with a 16-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl. And he is 49 years old. Um, the charge was statutory sex offense against a child. It happened on a Tuesday. Some people were saying it was a Sunday, but it was a Tuesday. And he's gotten sentenced. What in the hell do you want with a 15-year-old girl? So let me just show you his picture. Sweets, I'm going to drop the link for you. Let me show you. And then there he is right there. There he is. Creepers. Isn't he a creep? He's a damn creep. You a creep. You got a business, you have a family. I guess it doesn't matter. But he drove to have sex with a 15-year-old. And his name is Stacy Lee Austin. Stacy Lee Austin is his name. All right, Sweets, let me drop the link for you. Okay. Hi, Christoph. How are you? Let me drop the link for Sweets. Gwen, good morning, sweetie. It is raining here. I told you guys it only rains here during the winter or during the fall. We may get one rainfall during the summer, maybe two, but it always rains in the winter months, and that's when it snows. It makes everything icy and nasty, and the slush is just horrible. So it's been raining. It rained last weekend, all weekend. It started raining yesterday evening, and we're supposed to have really bad thunderstorms this afternoon. So, also, all about the tea. You know, my girl Monica, all about the tea posted. And let's talk about Wendy Accessible for a minute. Um, Last year, it wasn't Wesleyan, and that was my mistake. Remember, she made the big thing about resigning from Johns Hopkins University. Well, according to All About the Tea, okay, Wendy was fired from Johns Hopkins because she didn't meet the requirements for tenure. She says that the authorities said that they were drowning in debt. Okay, they were drowning in debt, student loans and credit cards. So that is what's going on. They were trying to keep up with the Joneses, and they got caught. So she's had their whole lifestyle, they're saying, was pure fiction. She's drowning in a massive student loans and credit card debt long before the Bravo camera started rolling. Is she also states, remember the dramatic RHOP scene where she quit John Hopkins to chase her dreams? She says, child, allegedly it was all smoke and mirrors. Insiders claim Wendy was let go after failing to meet tenure requirements at John Hopkins. I'm like, damn. So again, she's all in the news. Bravo cameras are up rolling, and Eddie is in a position where he can lose his law license. She has now been fired from Wesleyan University. She and her 4 degrees. So when I saw Sherri Shepherd talking about her 4 degrees and her lace front, I said, Sherri must have been listening to my thing. All right, Sweets, are you here? Okay, there she is. All right, here we go. Good morning, Sweets.
Good morning, Heidi.
Okay, come on, let's have it, girl. What's going on?
No, it's just that somebody sent me last night that Maria doxed my husband on her community tab because I said haha rainbow.
Okay.
And I just don't understand. We had a deal that we wouldn't speak on families. I have never spoken on her family. I respect her family. And just because she's angry and has hate, why does she do that? I mean, I don't mind. My husband's name is Raymond. He has been in my videos. I say his name, but
Yes,
that's
you
not
do.
the point. The
Okay,
point
you have a
is,
YouTube manager. Don't you have a YouTube manager?
yes,
I would contact my YouTube manager and send that to them and let them see it and see what they can do about it. Because all this doxing and stuff that's going on, putting up people's kids' names, that shit is ridiculous, and it has to stop. Just like everybody was reporting Mod 148's community tab for all the shit she was saying. Why isn't that being done now?
but besides the point is that why? She's upset. Everybody is talking about, they're making jokes out of it. And just because I'm a mod in Anne's channel and just because Anne allows it, she's going to, in quotes, hurt me, dox my husband.
Okay,
It
here's
doesn't work that way.
the content creator sets the rules, right? Hi, Carter. And if Anne allows it in her chat, that's Anne's rules. It's not your job to delete anything.
Exactly. It's not my job. And she assumed that I was laughing at something that Rainbow had said that fit her narrative. She assumed. And you know, when you assume, you make an ass out of you. And that's the point. I just don't understand. We had a deal. Before we stopped talking, I said, look, I will never mention your family. Don't mention mine. And she said, deal, no snarky comments. And in the chat, I, everybody knows me. I have never spoken on her family. I respect her family. And what she did was, in my opinion, totally wrong. It doesn't hurt me because it won't anger me, because if she angers me, she controls me. And I'm not
Exactly.
angry. I'm
Exactly.
not angry.
You don't give
But
nobody that kind of control at all.
exactly. And that's the point. If she thinks she was going to hurt me, and if she thinks if by saying um stuff about my husband, if you knew my husband, he is the biggest joker. He almost makes me blush with the things he says. And we have a great relationship, Heidi. We've been married 27 years. He's my best friend. My daughter is my ride or die. And in chat, anybody can can vouch for that, that my kid is my life and she's my ride or die. And If she wants to write stuff, let her. I'll let my husband read it and he'll respond. Look, when I do my lives, I have to look at him like, please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Because he's the biggest jokester, and but doing that, if she thinks she's gonna hurt me, you're not hurting me. It just further cements the fact that you dox. It just further shows your subs who you really are.
Hey, Brooke, good morning. I'm sorry. I really am. Um, Good morning, sister. Shouldn't you be going to church? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, Jesus Christ.
But if she thinks that by, excuse me, by putting my husband's name, I'm going to start attacking her, I keep my promises. I will never speak on her family. I will never mention her husband's name, her kids, nothing, because I respect and I will keep my promise.
So
I
you
cannot control everybody that's in the chat.
Nope. So you said, that's the thing. If the content creator allows it, you can't do anything about that. If that's their rules. So you said ha ha to a post, well, not to a post, to something Rainbow said in the chat.
Yes. About the back page love story. I found it funny.
Okay,
But then
I'm looking at the screenshot now. So Rainbow said, so Jules met Glenwood on the back page. What a love story. Then Star said something, Zeus said something, Stacy said something. Then Rainbow, I see what the problem is. Rainbow said, just Beetle, I mean, there's nothing wrong with consensual, you know what I mean? And then Gypsy said something, then you said, ha ha, Rainbow. Your
and
ha went to the part about Jules, not about the consensual whips.
exactly, because in a screenshot it looks like I was answering, but you know how chat rolls. It was
Yes,
rolling fast last night.
yes, I do understand that.
And it's like, single me out, dox my husband, which it wasn't really a dox because he has even made videos on my channel. We have gone live together. I am not embarrassed, afraid. I don't keep my husband a secret. I don't care. I'm proud of my family. And if somebody writes something derogatory, something mean, I don't care because it's not going to control me.
Oh, that's a good
But
point, E11. How about stop stalking chats, Maria? What's the point of blocking people when you just use another account to stalk them? Oh
so
my God.
even
Oh,
if she broke our promise, our deal, which I showed you the screenshot,
yep,
Heidi,
yep, you did.
I have never, ever spoken on her family, and I won't. This is not going to be a back and forth. This is not going to be a retaliation, nothing, because I am not going to spend my energy on doing that. It's going to be one sided. It's going to be on her and her group. If they want to talk about my husband, I'll make a live and they can ask him anything. I'll be holding his hand like, don't say that, don't say that. But
Well, you can't control husbands most of the time, especially when they feel that their wives are under attack.
oh, but my husband, see, that's the thing. This is YouTube, Heidi. This doesn't affect my life.
I
I
know.
love doing my videos. I love doing, and it's picking back up. I started, so I'm going to be doing lives every Friday, and
Mhm.
the pickup has been amazing. I have neglected my YouTube due to my career and other things, but I'm back. And you will never see a negative post about somebody in my chat, in my community post. You will never hear me saying anything negative because I'm not that kind of person,
I get you. I get
you
you.
know?
I'm sorry. None of this makes sense to me, and the back and forth that doesn't make sense. But yeah, hi Sassy. Hold on a second. Louisiana High Ride. I don't know if you heard my apology to you for what happened in my chat yesterday with Susie Rottencrotch. I went back and read my chat, and I will not have that at all. So I'm sorry, sweets. Go ahead.
No, no, it's okay. So no, thank you so much for letting me up. But it's like if she thinks she's hurting me, if she thinks that's a dig, if she thinks that, you know, it just further cements that she does do, she does dox families.
Well, that is
It's like
crazy. Hi,
so
Teresa. You keep
subs
saying
take
that
note.
people,
You'll be next.
yeah, you keep saying that people attack your family, but no, no, they don't. People talk about her.
Yeah, I
Nobody
mean,
attacks her family. That's Sweets and Beyond, Teresa. She has a cooking channel. So if somebody can drop Sweet's channel for me, please. She does a lot of Puerto Rican, right? A lot of Puerto
yeah.
Rican food. And she does step by step, and she does it live. So that is Sweets and Beyond. But I
But
am
yeah, I'm just here to say, if you think that will upset me, if you think that angers me, no. It just shows who you truly are. And, you know, I feel sad that,
this
I
is
once considered her a friend. I tried to help her as much as I can. And my friends in chat know who I really am, how I am. You know how I am, Heidi. I
yeah,
won't.
this is crazy. I don't understand why we nothing because I can see if you went on a panel speaking of her husband, but I'm looking at the comment, hi Lori, and I see you were and just when you because I saw rainbow at the top, I see what you were responding to, but in her head you're laughing about the consensual stuff, right? That's
Yeah,
what she
because
said.
she's picking and choosing what she's assuming. Because I said, haha, just a haha rainbow dignifies a dox because she's picking for me. Because what else? I mean, I just don't get it. And my husband's name is Raymond, but don't call him Raymond because he's not old in his mind.
So he
His
likes
name is
Ray.
Ray. He
Ray.
likes Ray.
Yep,
Okay.
that's my
He
uncle.
goes into my chat as Ray. You know.
Yeah, I said my uncle, but my cousin's name is Raymond, but we've always called him Ray or Ray Ray. So yeah, I get it.
So if you write freaky stuff, he'll read it. I'll show it to him and he'll laugh his ass off.
Oh my God. Well, she does not stop her chat at all. See, that's what I'm saying. She allows all this stuff to be said in her chat about people all the time. But somebody else is supposed to police their chat because of her? Are you kidding me? No,
Yeah.
no. You
And
don't want
saying
me
that I
to.
had to delete the comments.
Nope.
How many other mods were there? Why single me out? There were a lot of mods in there,
Well,
you
I was
know?
there listening, and to be honest, Anne was live. I was listening. I looked, she had a lot of mods in there. I had my phone there and I was playing on my tablet. And when she was playing Glenwood, when she first started playing the video with Glenwood's sister, I had a call, so I took it. When I came back, the sister was fussing with somebody in the chat. And that's when I heard, I guess Sly asked if it's true that her mother didn't like her because her husband uh, flirted with her. I said she did say that. Anne said she did. I said, yes, she said that the mother and the father came for a visit. The mother didn't like her because of the husband and the way the two of them were talking. And then when the mother said, she's never met Julie, I was like, damn. Yep. So yeah, she did say that. And that's when
And
I
the thing
responded
is,
the chat.
And the biggest kicker is that I wasn't around when all that stuff happened. I didn't know any of that,
Nope,
you know?
that was
And
all
I
bad.
didn't even speak on what was on screen. I just asked a couple of things like, how old is this video? What, so I didn't know this. And if she was white knighting for Jules, I didn't say anything. And if she's doxing my husband to get back at Anne has spoken to my husband. We
Yeah,
have the running joke that we're sister wives.
yeah, but how is that going to affect Anne?
Exactly. How is that going to affect Anne? I don't have to fight Anne's battles, and Anne doesn't have to fight mine. We're friends. You know, she has met my husband. She has spoken to my husband. It's like,
But I'm
I
trying to
just don't
figure out
get it. It was,
how is that going to affect Anne if she docs your husband?
well, that's what she said in the screenshot that I received that unlike Anne, I don't hate sweets. Well, don't love me then if you hate me, if you don't hate me.
She doesn't hate you, but she put your husband in a post, his
Right.
name. How does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, oh, I don't hate sweets, you know? Okay. Then if you don't hate me, what's going to happen if you hate me? You're going to dox my cats? My cats' names are Luna, Daffodil, and Max. Okay. So it's like, what else is she going to say? I live in Orlando. Um, what else do you want me to say? I mean, there's not much that you can dox about me. So, have at it then. I mean, I don't I don't hide. I've been on YouTube since 2012.
Have you ever met Maria? Because you guys don't live that far from each other, do you?
No, no. It's like maybe 3 hours down to where she lives.
So you've never met her?
No,
Jesus Christ. Okay.
no. But that's beside the point that if she thought she was hurting me, you didn't. If you thought you were going to make me angry and do a response, I'm not going to respond negatively. I am doing this with you to let her know that that didn't bother me, but it just shows and proves that you do docs.
Sweets, once upon a time, hi, Corn's mom. I used to be in Orlando at least 2 weeks out of a month. I was off of Affalea Trail.
Alafaya. Yeah, near Waterford, near UCF. I remember you told me, yeah.
I used to be there at least, and then I used to stay right at is it the Hyatt or the Hilton that's right off of Affalea Trail? I forgot. Hi, Roscoe. That's where I used to stay at. But I was there all the time. And remember, I told you every day around 1:45 or 2 o'clock,
Yep.
it'll sprinkle for like 10 minutes, and
The
then
monsoon and
hell.
then sunny again.
Yes. I mean, I would be like, every time I'm here, they said, Heidi, this is every day. I said, are you serious? And I started paying attention every day around the same time. It would rain for like 10 minutes, go away, sun comes out hotter than hell.
Yeah.
Good
But yeah,
morning, Texas country lady. I was like, yeah, but I was there a lot. I did about 8 years with Siemens, and Jesus, the travel, I would be gone a lot. Hi at that cat lady. Good morning.
but
So
yeah, I mean,
yeah, hold on. I just don't. Maria. Maria. I know you're Snapchatting. Look, not Snapchatting. I know you're in here taking screenshots. You're doing all of this. Why would you do that without talking to Sweets first and asking her, what was she ha-haing about? That would have been simple. But you chose to believe it was about the other comment because it was right there. Now, you know yourself when somebody is typing, the chat's going to keep moving, and your comment may fall four or
oh,
five
yeah,
below.
exactly.
You know that.
Exactly. But that chat was running fast, and but just because I said haha rainbow, and then boom, my husband. I mean, it's just silly. And if she thinks she's gonna upset me, she's not. That's didn't work, Maria. I'm sorry to say, if you think that I'm going to go in. Oh, and then now that before, when we were in a chat, I don't remember whose, that I just said Jendi is when Jendi was doxxed, she went into a spiral, and I said she almost went into the witness protection program.
Okay.
And um, Maria then said in her live, "Oh, so then I'll say your husband's name then." I mean, what does that have to do with me just saying that Jendi went into the witness protection program? I didn't say anything negative about it. It was a joke. But with that joke, she wanted to white knight for Jendi, saying that she was going to dox. And this was a couple of weeks ago. So she has been planning this for a couple of weeks. I mean, I
Has
don't
she always known your husband's name?
I don't think so. Maybe I don't know where she found it. I don't care, but I
No,
don't I
no, I'm
don't think
asking,
so.
has she ever known your husband's name? And I'm asking
No.
for a reason.
No.
So that means that your husband's name was probably on that list?
I guess I don't know.
Mm, okay. So you've never told her your husband's name at all?
Not that I remember. No. And if I did, I would have used Ray, not Raymond. Because I don't call him Raymond. I call him Ray. And any chat, anything, his screen name in YouTube is Ray. I say Ray. I don't say Raymond. So I don't know. Maybe she has. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just R from JY's live. So when JY did that live, did he call your husband's name? Well, how would he know unless you put it in a group chat what your husband's
Yeah.
name was?
Exactly. No. No. Because he docs me, not my husband.
Amber, you didn't know there was a list here too? Yes. Amber, you have not been paying attention. So it appears that what's their name? Amber C and Geneva had a list of everybody's names. I don't know if the addresses, but where they worked, um, their family name, family businesses. Yes, Amber, we have a list over here too. That's what I was talking about. We have a list too, just like they do in the DC, but don't know if the list over here was ever allegedly put on the dark web. So you see what I mean? I mean, like I'm
Thank
not
you, Marty.
okay. I'm not for Amber, right? And I go in, and every once in a while she'll pop in there. Especially if they're talking about Jen, she's got to come in, and Amber already knows I don't fuck with her. But if she says anything rude or off the bat, I will remove her comment. I just know. Nope, 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 nope. If she starts going at people in that chat, I will remove her comment. So that's just the way it is. But I really don't want to be bothered with any of them. But they come in a chat. I'm going to be respectful. I don't say anything. I just watch the chat like I'm supposed to. That's it. Susie Rottencrotch, I see you in here. Yesterday, I asked you nicely. Stop going at Louisiana High Ride. I went back and I read my chat after my sister told me about what was going on in the chat. I don't appreciate it. I asked you not to. Don't do that in my chat. And I told my mods this morning, if you do it again in my chat, they are to remove the comment or to block you. So,
Right, Marty, Mr. Sweet. But he likes cameraman hubby. But that's the point.
Cameraman hubby. So he does.
Yeah, because he films when I used to do my videos, my 10-15 minute videos, he's the one who films them. So he was always called cameraman hubby.
Yeah,
But
and that's the
but
same. So look at a comment Green Pepper said, and that's true. E11 went out of her way and she told everybody, don't put her husband's name in the chat. Don't do this. Don't do that. She even blocked the name from the chat. So what was the purpose to keep coming at E11? If you're going to talk about E11, she's going to respond to you. She's not talking about your family. Somebody, if people find another way to put his name in a chat, and I can tell you when I'm on panel, especially when I'm talking to somebody, or if I have a lot to say, I'm not watching my chat. I leave that to my mods. Period. So it's just crazy that you're sitting there stalking chats. I hope you're getting some good screenshots. It's crazy. Who has time
I
to do
know.
that? Who
I
has
mean,
to do that? That means you're watching yesterday was the most I've ever spent on YouTube. I think in a long time. I went live and I went over to, I don't like going too long. And then Savage went live. No, yeah. I went live, Savage went live, Amber and Texas Girl went live, and then Ann went live. I was like, okay, who else is going to go live? I thought Brooke was going to go live next, but Brooke didn't go live. I mean, it was a lot. Hi, Jennifer. It was a lot of lives yesterday. Ann, Sweets. Jennifer saying, seeing Ann is no longer Sweet's sister wife. I've applied for the position. I've only known him as Mr. Sweets, and we were on a chart for a few years. I didn't know his name. So she's saying, you guys were in the chat for a few years. She's never known his name. She just called him Mr. Sweets, but now she's applied for the job of sister wife. You know,
okay, Jennifer, I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
but you
But
know,
he loves him some man. I'm telling you.
that can be more
That's tough to beat,
than
Jennifer. He loves his Ann.
but that can be more than one sister wife. You do know that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, Bulletproof
So the
Maria.
applications are open for sister wives. But, this is so silly. I
This is
mean, if
crazy.
if she thinks she's hurting me and she thinks that I'm going to hide, no, I do not care.
Green.
I love my family, my little family of 3.
It's just
And
three of you?
yeah, just my husband and my daughter. I only have one child.
Oh my God. So do you have
Yeah.
any other family in Orlando?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
I have brothers and sisters and my mom that I spend every Saturday with.
Oh,
That's why um, I'm hardly in chats on Saturdays because I go pick her up. We go grocery shopping. We go to lunch together. And I cook for her in the evenings. And then I pack her dinner to go for the next day.
okay.
That's what I do. This big bad person, this horrible, because that's the word she loves to use, horrible person that loves her family and loves her mom. You know, if that, if you're trying to make me look like this horrible person, my life speaks for itself, how I conduct myself in my channel, in my chat, how, and she knows I am a loyal friend. A lot of people in this chat knows that I am a loyal friend. I am a good friend. And just because I decided to walk away individually
Yep.
from
It
her,
wasn't like she said everybody did a mass exit. That's not true. And she
no, that's not true. And I explained to her why I was walking away. And I have never spoken ill of her. Have you ever heard, or anybody in chat heard me speak ill of her? No.
and you don't even speak ill of her if in the DM. So I don't understand that. And I misheard and thought you said rosary shopping. Oh, I'm thinking, God, I'm a bad Catholic. Yes, I'm a bad Catholic too. Don't feel bad. I'm a bad Catholic. I have not found a Catholic church to go to. When I first got here, I visited several churches and never felt right in any of them. So I watch Mass early in the morning on my TV. I said, Lord, I'm turning into my mother. I watch Mass on TV. So, but I haven't found a good church to go to, and it just didn't feel like a good fit. But Green Pepper, I put your comment back up because I wanted to acknowledge that. It was great to see Savage yesterday live. And I am so happy that she came live and told everybody what was going on with her. Because every time somebody asks me if she's okay, I'm like, yeah, she's just going through. I didn't want to put her stuff out there. But I am so happy she came live to tell herself what was going on with her. And I can honestly say she sounds so much better. And um just hearing her laugh and her music and her humor, it really was a good live. So if you didn't catch Savage's live yesterday, it's Savage Speak. Somebody dropped Savage link in the chat. Please go over and check out that live. I was so happy, and she didn't miss a beat. Well, her screen went black on her one time, but she didn't miss a beat. It was a really, really good live. And I was so happy she did do a live yesterday. I think she was put on the spot, but she did it anyway. And it was great to hear her and to hear her laughter, because she has gone through a lot in these last 4 months. She has gone through a lot. So did you see her live yesterday, Sweets?
No, I watch lives after 6 on Saturdays.
Okay.
I was listening to you in the morning because I was going for my facial
Uh-huh.
and I was waiting and I listened to a part of it, but Saturdays are a no for me.
That's right, with your mom. That's right. So yesterday, Savage did her live, and she explained to everybody that she had been going through Bell's palsy.
Oh my goodness.
And, when she was first telling me about it, I told her, I said, well, yeah, my ex had it. And it's my ex from, years back. And it took like about 3 months. But she's been going through this now. It's almost 4 months at the end of next week, I think. But she says it's getting better. And she and then she not only that, but she was working with Bell's palsy. So, but she's doing a lot better. Hi, Justin.
Oh,
Um,
and I see that somebody said about getting her off the internet. I was approached as well, Heidi, to speak with the attorney, and I
okay.
declined. I declined. I'm not getting into that. I don't want anything to do with that. See, and I have said that in chats. I have nothing to do with that. I do not want to. I don't want to ruin anybody's life. That's not me.
But
I
how
have
does it ruin
empathy. I
her
have.
life when she's dead? See, that's what I don't get. See, everybody else. Look, let me tell you what I see. Everybody else always want to, take the high road, but she goes lower and lower and lower.
Yeah, but that's not me, Heidi. I can't. I cannot do that. And my friends here knows that I don't go that way, and I would never ever try to ruin anybody's life like that. I was approached and I declined. I said, no, I'm sorry. And
But
I
she
even
doesn't
said
believe
this.
this is true. That's the bad part. She doesn't believe it's true. It is true. It is
Yeah,
John's old
it
attorney.
is real. It
It
is
is
real.
real. And that man don't like you.
And I said, honestly, and I'll say it here, until now, Maria hasn't done anything to me. She hasn't spoken ill of me. She hasn't I cannot in good faith do anything to her because she hadn't done anything to me. That's what I said.
So
You
I don't
know?
know why she think. Hi, Stacy. I don't know why she thinks that it wasn't true. But no, it is true. And I just really, really hope she takes this and understand. And she kept saying, Heidi called me a criminal. I never called you a criminal. I said that attorney said your behavior is criminal. That's what I said. Maybe I ought to type it in the chat so that way she'll see it and she can screenshot. The attorney said your behavior is criminal. And hold on. And Heidi, did not hire an attorney. Okay, so let's make sure I'm gonna put that in chat. There we go. So that way you can screenshot that. Okay, there you go. Screenshot it. I never called her a criminal. That's why I don't understand how you twist things when I speak very clearly. Never called her a criminal.
I have never said anything. I've never said anything, and I never will. If she thinks this is going to be retaliatory, it's not. I am not. I keep my promises. I will never speak on her family. I will never make a community post. I will never make anything that has to do with her family because I respect her family. If people write stuff in chat, I'm not the chat police. Take it up with the person that wrote it, not me.
That's just
I'm not going to be protecting you when you never protected me.
Well,
You know?
okay. Well, I appreciate what you had to say when you are also on her community tab this morning. See, that's just it. I don't read her community tab because she is irrelevant. I don't give two fucks about her.
Yeah, somebody sent it to me. I'm
I
like,
don't
okay.
care if she lives or dies. And I'm telling you right out of my mouth, I don't care. I don't go read her community tab. I give no fucks about her. The only way I know she said something if my sister reads it and she'll send it to me if she feels I need to know about it. I don't read it. I don't care.
Yeah, I was sent that screenshot by a couple of people, and I thank you for your concern that, she did that, but I'm good. Everything is good. And my husband's name is Ray. Okay? Not Raymond.
No, I don't
Ray.
Yeah, I don't watch her. So I don't care. And that's what she doesn't get. She doesn't affect my life. She doesn't
No,
pay my bills. She does
no,
nothing. Nothing for
exactly.
me. So I don't care what you do. That's childish fucking behavior. And if I choose to respond, I will respond. Other than that, you mean nothing to me. You're insignificant. You're irrelevant. And to me, you're just a piece of shit. See?
Well, I'm not gonna say that, but
No, I'm saying
because I
to
respect
me. I
that,
said
I'm not.
to me. To me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I said. I don't care about her. I don't.
But all I'm gonna say is I love my family. I love my husband. I love my daughter. We are a tight knit family, and I will scorch the earth. And I'm not lying, for my family. And again, I'm going to, maybe I'll type it when I'm off your panel.
Uh-huh.
I will never speak on her family. I will never retaliate because that's not me. And if she wants to do that, she's the one who's going to look with egg on her face, not me.
11 says that she's worried. She goes, I'm worried for you because of the loonies in the background.
Worry for me? E, you know what I have been telling you that my husband has been shopping. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I am good. Oh no, I am great.
I don't get it. And let me see. Go to church, Maria. It's Sunday. God damn, Momo. Momo, I don't fear you at all. I pity you in your truly sad and pathetic existence. Damn. But she's quick to call everybody else miserable. Girl, I'm not miserable. I go as I please. I do what I please. I'm not miserable. I'm not miserable. I don't have to punch nobody's clock. I'm not miserable, which I haven't punched a clock in about 30 years. Okay. I just walk in my office and do what the hell I
Me too.
out the door.
Me too.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, no,
not
don't
miserable.
worry about me. I am good. I mean, I don't, like I said, I will never speak ill about her family. And that's about it. Just, go at it if you want. I'm not going to react, but there is a boundary. And if that boundary is stepped over, yeah.
So let me tell you, I have Maria. Well, she's blocked in my chat. Um, yeah, I blocked her. Ooh, a long time ago. Uh, but one of her representatives or somebody want to copy that link so she can see it. If she has anything to say, which I don't think too many people will be happy about. Yeah, yeah. You know what? If you got anything to say, Maria, somebody copy that link and drop it. Um, Heidi is living her. Yes, I'm enjoying myself. Miserable. Girl, I got up. I'm gonna run out to the store before it really starts storming. Because it's not supposed to be nice this week at all. I'm gonna get the things that I need. I'm gonna be right up here on my sofa, and I'm gonna put my little cover on. I'm gonna watch Netflix and flicks. I'm just gonna have a good day. I'll have a good day tomorrow. I'll have a good day after that. I think Debbie and I are going to go live tomorrow. I will have a good day. I'm going to have good days.
Yeah, I can truly say, Heidi, that I am blessed with the family that I have, my job, everything. So
Yep.
I'm blessed.
I'm trying to see how I'm going to work my schedule over the next 2 months because I need to do like 3 trips, and my Restream link. I have to make 3 trips, and I'm trying to see how I'm going to do that. So uh I'm gonna have to. Lord, I'm gonna see how
But
that's gonna work.
Heidi, thank you.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much for
You're
letting
welcome.
me up and explaining myself.
You
I
anytime,
truly appreciate it. Okay.
anytime. Because when you asked me, I didn't know what was going on. I got, I said, oh shit. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I read the whole thing, and I'm like, so. And you explained the haha was for what Rainbow first said, and that was about the bee on
Yeah.
backstage. Maria, why didn't you just contact Sweets and ask her instead of doing all of this? And stop assuming everybody talks about Jen is paranoid. You are paranoid, thinks everybody is talking about you or laughing about your husband. That's not true. So
It's okay, Hobby.
you gotta stop. People don't think about you the way you think they do. Stop policing, stop screenshotting, stop. Girl, do you get any rest? Do you sleep? Because you
I
sleep
sleep just
every
fine, Heidi.
I sleep good too. I'm quick to fall asleep and wake up and go back to sleep. I sleep good. You
Me
gotta
too.
stop. And it's affecting your health. You know it. It did it before. So you still going. And when you said after this with JY, I'm not gonna get in any drama. I'm not gonna be a part. I'm just gonna do my crow. How long did she ever do that? No,
I don't know.
no. That's what you said out of your mouth. You said you weren't going to be involved in any drama. And bam, here we go. We don't think about you at all, Maria, unless you come into ringing our doorbells, which you do several times a day. All right, sweets. I appreciate you. I really do.
No, I appreciate you, Heidi. Thank you so much. And I love you guys, okay?
Thank
Have a
you.
blessed Sunday to some
Thank
of you,
you.
not everyone.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I appreciate
Bye.
it. Bye. Guys, now what I was coming up live about, and I was really going to do this story about the young girl that was found in the bin. Okay. Now, this is sickening. She tried to use another girl, saying it was her daughter. Hi, Texas girl. Good morning. Morning. Hi. I see you, Doug Ross. I see. I didn't see you yesterday for a while. Hi, Cooking. Hi, Ann. So let me just show you guys this. This is how sick people are. There's so much stuff that's going on out here, and I can't sleep without a my brother's the same way, Green Bell Pepper. I don't care how cold it is in the house. My brother, since he has been little, has always had to have a fan, and it blows right on him. And this motherfucker don't even get a cold. I'm like, how is this possible? But this has been going on since we were young.
And first on Eyewitness News at 6, shocking new developments in the Jacqueline Torres case. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Stephanie Simone.
And I'm Brian Shackman. The girl's remains were found last week in New Britain, and now the Department of Children and Families is releasing a detailed timeline of its involvement with Jacqueline and her family.
And your reporter Dylan Fearon breaks it all down as we follow this developing news tonight. Dylan.
Well, DCF was involved in Jacqueline's life right from the very beginning, because when Jacqueline Torres was born 12 years ago, her mother, Carla Garcia, was being held in a detention center. A stunning new development released by DCF tonight. In January this year, the department was investigating concerns into Jacqueline's sister. Jacqueline, according to police, had been dead for multiple months, but officials had no idea. So when DCF came asking questions, Jacqueline's mother, Carla Garcia, allegedly said Jacqueline was being homeschooled and was out of state. But DCF wanted to conduct a video call with Jacqueline to make sure she was okay. In a shocking allegation, DCF claims Carla Garcia had a different child pretend to be Jacqueline on a video call.
So you remember I said, if she's homeschooled, why isn't anybody checking up on her or checking up on her logs? Why isn't anybody visiting, since they've had CPS involved in their life before? And this explained it. I was like, what the hell? Now, remember, they said she died in the fall of 2024. She was unenrolled in school August 26th of 2024. I believe that young girl was deceased at that time. I really do.
To calm DCF's concerns. DCF also says it provided services to Jacqueline's family from 2014 to 2016 and briefly in 2017 and 2021. We've learned Jacqueline attended 3 medical appointments this decade, and DCF didn't receive any reports of child abuse or neglect. There's also been a major push this week for homeschooling reform in Connecticut, one of the few states with little to no regulations.
The fact that these abusers can use homeschooling to hide their children from mandated reporters and can hide this abuse is super disturbing.
Just like the young man that set his room on fire to escape. He had been, held captive for 20 years. Nobody seen him. He was pulled out of school saying he was homeschooled. And the same situation, except for he escaped. Jacqueline is deceased.
And that's one of the reasons we would like periodic check-ins, just to ensure that the child is safe.
Los Fidel is spearheading this push to lawmakers, starting a petition with more than 6,000 signatures in 2 days, calling for Mimi's Law, after Jacqueline's nickname. The law would require periodic in-person checks for homeschooled children with the state. Fidel is calling for state employees to wear body cameras at family check-ins and prohibit convicted child abusers from living with children. Which
again, why would you have a convicted child abuser in your home? Nazaria Harris case comes to mind. That man sexually abused an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. I don't care about him having 6 kids with her Aunt Shannon. I don't care. I wouldn't have that man around any kids. He molested his ex-girlfriend's kids. Then we find out he molested his own daughter. This is sad. Like these women on Love After Lockup are writing all these prisoners, bringing them into the homes with their kids. You don't know this man from Adam. And then you have these kids calling them daddy. Get the fuck out of here. In case y'all didn't know, Quaylen got locked up again, and Chevelle had a baby, or is having a baby. But it's not his, because Quaylen turned out to be gay, or goes both ways.
Happened in Jacqueline's case with her aunt, Jacqueline Torres. Of course, Fidel needs the attention of state lawmakers. He's reached out to many of them, hoping they'll listen.
I am hoping that other people and lawmakers can affect or I suppose make legislative changes that will ensure the safety of all children.
That's true.
I think they're absolutely disgusting. I think those people deserve everything that God has on their path.
So I want to show you this one. Okay, this is the mother.
I think those people deserve everything.
That's the aunt. And that's the boyfriend who was hiding. And the police had to go get him. And it looks like they beat the shit out of him. I sent you a DM about a hit and run with kids in Maryland. Didn't know if you've seen it. I just
God has on their path. I believe that they should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. I think it's horrible what that child endured.
And that petition is on change.org. Just search Jacqueline Torres. Meanwhile, the Senate GOP is commenting tonight on the video call between DCF and the child Carla Garcia claimed was Jacqueline, but wasn't, writing, infuriating. DCF admits to being duped via Zoom. The state of Connecticut failed Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia. That's outrageous. That's inexcusable. That's heartbreaking. We now need more answers. We need full details of this video call. We need full transparency. Certainly more to come on this part of the investigation next week. I'm your reporter, Dylan Fear, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Dylan, thank you. And right now in New Britain.
See, I want to know, what kid did she use? Was it one of her daughters? Was it a neighbor's child? I shared a post about a kid who got hit by a dump truck. Oh my God. Yeah, I see your post, Dreamsicle. And it's on JLR's thing, so I'm going to see, can I find it
chilling new allegations now against a prominent surgeon accused of raping a woman at gunpoint. Prosecutors now say the surgeon claimed he had ties.
So this is the surgeon that was arrested for raping a woman at gunpoint. Gunpoint.
A woman at gunpoint. Prosecutors now say the surgeon claimed he had ties to the NYPD and to the Secret Service. Here's our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
Tonight, a prominent New York City surgeon is charged with a horrific crime, sexually assaulting a woman at gunpoint. Authorities say that doctor, claiming affiliation with the NYPD, the U.S. Secret Service, and the U.S. Marshals. 56-year-old Dr. Maurizio Milieta teaches and practices at hospitals across New York and New Jersey. Prosecutors say the accuser, who's nearly 30 years younger, viewed Milieta as a mentor and visited his apartment in June to talk medicine. Instead, prosecutors say Milieta kissed her without consent, and when she tried to push him away, he lifted his shirt, showing her a holstered gun, allegedly.
Look at this man. What is wrong with you people?
Telling her, watch out for this, saying she asked if the gun was loaded. He allegedly said yes. Prosecutors say the doctor then put the gun on a coffee table by the woman's head and sexually assaulted her before she was able to escape.
The allegations are beyond disturbing. I think anyone should know not to engage in this type of conduct, but I think it speaks to the power imbalance.
The doctor pleaded not guilty, David, to rape and other charges, the judge setting bail at $1 million. Prosecutors are looking into his connections with law enforcement, but as the DA told us tonight, David, that gives no one license to brandish a gun and force a woman into sex.
Yes!
David? Aaron Katersky here in Manhattan tonight. Thank you.
Okay, let me stop this one. Let me show you what Sweets just sent to me. Oh, God. Hold on. I found it, Sweets. I found it. Yeah, I don't like using anything from JLR. Nothing. All right, here we go. I haven't seen this, so let's see.
Now to that breaking news we are following out of Maryland.
This is
A
in
hit-and-run crash in
Maryland.
Bladensburg, hurting 11 people, including 7 children, at this child's birthday party. Investigators saying the driver crashed into this tent that was filled with people, then got out of the car and ran off. The victims were all rushed to several hospitals, and police say the children hurt range in age from 2 to 9.
It's sad, you know, like the fact that people have to involve other pedestrians in their accidents, you know, when
hold on, so this was just an accident, right? It was just an accident.
They were drinking, you know, like it's you don't have to involve other people.
Investigators say the closed-off stretch of Annapolis Road has since reopened, but the search for the driver continues.
Okay, Bladensburg is really, really nice. I love Bladensburg. Okay, I love Bladensburg, Maryland. Oh, you did. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one real quick. And then I think I have 2 more stories for you, but yeah, I'm going to show you this. I need to run and grab some coffee. Okay, are we ready? So this is crazy. Let me share my screen. Now, you remember the young girl that was Cade? Hi, Sappho. How are you? Well, the mother and the son have now been arrested on her murder charges.
5, a sudden breakthrough in the case of 17-year-old London Thomas. 6 months after her death, murder charges have been filed. We appreciate you joining us this afternoon. I'm Glenda Lewis.
And I'm Simon Shakette. For the first time, prosecutors are revealing how the teenager was killed. They say she was asphyxiated.
London, last seen April 5th after being dropped off at her boyfriend's house in Inkster. Her body was found April 26th inside a white SUV in Southfield. By early May, 2 suspects were released, 1 woman charged with lying to investigators.
Now, prosecutors say they have enough evidence to charge London's boyfriend and his mother.
7 News Detroit reporter Tiara Braddock starts us off with a closer look at the major development and the family's reaction tonight.
London Thomas's grandmother says she's breathing a sigh of relief now that murder charges have been announced in her granddaughter's death. London's body was found in this Southfield neighborhood back in April.
I want justice for my granddaughter. I want them to get the maximum penalty they can get for my granddaughter.
Justina Martin is London Thomas's grandmother. London was only 17 years old when investigators say she was killed.
I am so glad that they got what they got coming.
London's 23-year-old ex-boyfriend, Jalen Pendergrass.
Again, 23, dating a 17-year-old. Hi, JJ. 23, dating a 17-year-old girl.
And his mother, Charla Pendergrass, have been arrested and charged with second-degree murder. London was last seen alive after she was dropped off at Jalen's home in Inkster back in April. Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy says a friend of Charla told the FBI that Charla had asked him to transport a plastic bin with unknown contents.
Yes, she is,
He
Mom.
then allegedly placed the bin in an SUV and parked it on Millard Street in Southfield. In late April, London's body was found still inside a bin in that SUV. Her cause of death was determined to be asphyxia.
I don't sleep good at night
She
since
looks
this
just like her
happened.
grandmother, doesn't she?
Because I've been praying for justice.
Martin says she always suspected that Jalen and his mother had something to do with London's disappearance and murder.
It built it because I talked to her and she told me that my granddaughter wanted to kill herself. I say, well, why would she say that? She never told me. And me and her was close. She tell me everything. She would let me know then that she was dead.
Meanwhile, Martin says life has been so hard without London.
I miss talking to my grandbaby because she always called me and say, Grandma, I love you. And I miss her. I got her
She
picture.
looks like her grandmother. She really does look like her grandmother.
All over my house.
Jalen and Charla Pendergrass are expected to be formally charged Friday morning. I did reach out to their attorney, but haven't heard back yet. In Southfield, Tiara Braddock, 7 News Detroit.
But things
breaking
took a
news now.
turn.
2 months after baby Emmanuel Haro was
So
reported
you already
missing
know
in
that
the
he
IE, his
pled
father,
guilty,
Jake
but
Haro,
this
has
is
pleaded
Jake Haro
guilty
in
to
court.
second-degree murder. But for many in the community who've been following baby Emmanuel's case, well, this guilty plea is not bringing closure. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez live in Riverside with the very latest on what happened inside the courtroom today. Leticia?
Well, I think the burning question right now is, where are baby Emmanuel's remains? That's
Exactly.
the closure that some of the people I talked to are looking for. They want to know where he's at. Jake Haro, the baby's father, facing 25 years to life after he admitted to murdering his son. Now, of course, his admission drawing what the community said was their worst fears. Jake Haro sat in a courtroom for what was expected to be a routine hearing. His wife, Rebecca Haro, seated across the courtroom in a jury box, shielded by her attorney. But in a stunning turn of events, Jake Haro's attorneys announced a major shift in strategy.
And Your Honor has in front of you our change of plea from not guilty to guilty.
Haro pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the death of his son, 7-month-old Emmanuel. On August 14th, the Haros claimed that their son had been kidnapped in the parking lot of a Yucaipa Big Five.
Him out of the car seat, and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember.
Someone said, "Hola, hola," and we see that black eye, right? Right? That was an old black eye. She had it at a funeral. I said, when I first saw that, I said, that's old. I said, when you first get hit, your eye don't turn black and blue and purple. Bullshit. Not that I know, I've never been punched in my eye, but it doesn't happen.
But their story quickly
I've had
fell
lots
apart.
of bruises.
1 week later, both were arrested and charged with murder as investigators intensified the search for the child's remains. In court today, as Judge Gary Polk read out the charges, Haro gave a tearful response.
You did willfully and unlawfully murder baby Doe, and it shows EH, a human being.
Haro also pleaded guilty to assaulting a child under the age of 8, causing death.
And did willfully and unlawfully assault said child by means of force that to a reasonable person would be likely to produce great bodily injury, resulting in the death of said child.
Haro entered his pleas directly to the court without involvement from the Riverside County District Attorney's Office, meaning the DA was not involved in any plea deal with Haro. The DA's office releasing a statement that reads in part, because there is still active criminal proceedings involving Rebecca Haro, the district attorney's office will make no additional comments regarding the case or the guilty plea of Jake Haro.
Where is the baby?
So far, I feel justice was served, but we still want to know where he's at so he can have a proper burial.
Where is that
They
child?
are planning on having a celebration of life in Banning this Saturday at 2 o'clock there for a celebration of life for baby Emmanuel. As for Jake Haro, he'll be back in court on November 3rd for his sentencing. Rebecca Haro will also be in court on November 3rd for a preliminary hearing. Reporting in Riverside, Leticia Juarez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Well, today.
Okay, so Lori, when you said that, I had to think. So when I was 17, almost 18, my boyfriend was at TSU in the pharmacy program. So he was about 20, almost 21. So, okay. But she looked so young. She looks so...
A Milwaukee mother assaulted with a rock, killed in her backyard. Court records show her daughter, 29-year-old Lauren Spores, is in custody, accused of beating her mom, Carrie Zettel, yesterday afternoon at their Southside home. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard dug into the daughter's disturbing past.
She killed her mother with a rock.
She called me at 3:53 this morning.
It's a voicemail left for Loretta Moyer in the middle of the night.
Oh my God, Loretta. Call me
Mr.
when
Judge
you
is
can.
good looking, wasn't
Thank
he?
you. Bye.
She says it's from her dear friend, 64-year-old Carrie Zettel, warning that her daughter was outside her house.
Lauren was here beating on the doors, throwing rocks, trying to break in.
12 hours later, police returned to find a violent crime scene.
A search warrant says Zettel herself was the one to call 911 at 2:06 p.m. Sunday, claiming her daughter was, quote, being violent. District 6 officers responded to the scene and found Zettel dead.
It happened in the backyard.
Oh, that's
And
not
she
cool,
beat her
girl.
mother to death
I
with
didn't know
her.
The warrant says officers found the daughter, Lauren Spores, quote, covered in blood and arrested her.
I cannot believe Carrie is gone, but you want to know something? I'm not surprised.
12 News uncovering a trail of Spores' run-ins with the courts. In 2018, Zettel was granted a restraining order after a handwritten plea details her fears her daughter would hurt her. The order
don't
was
know,
violated
Swafo.
4 times, each time Spores found incompetent for the case to move forward. Court documents show she was taken to the county mental health facility after the 4th event, when she had, quote, thrown a rock through one of the double-pane windows of her mom's home. Public records do not indicate how long she was held.
The girl should have been stopped years ago, and I don't understand why, and that angers me.
Spores is now in custody for first-degree intentional homicide. In Milwaukee, Hannah Hilliard, WYSN 12 News.
Zettel's restraining order against her daughter expired in 2022. Spores has not yet been formally charged with Sunday's crime.
This is the one right here.
First up here at 6, and mother sits behind bars here at the Pinellas County Jail this evening, facing a pretty
Pinellas
unthinkable
County
crime.
Jail.
41 counts here total. All these charges related to child pornography.
So, not basically, she forced her daughter to have sex. Forced her daughter to have sex. This is Pinellas County. This is in Florida.
Including capital sexual battery. All of them involving her 11-year-old daughter, her own daughter.
11 years old.
For that reason, we are not showing or naming the woman, but we were there as she made her first appearance in court today. And we want to warn you, details of this case are extremely disturbing, and they may not be suitable for younger viewers. Fox 13's Kaylee Tracy was in the courtroom when the charges were read, some of which are punishable by death.
A warning, the details of this case are graphic and frankly disturbing. The child's father, the husband of the suspect, he was in the courtroom today, visibly upset. Sheriff Bob Gualtieri says he didn't know anything about it, but the sheriff says that these crimes, child pornography crimes, are unfortunately all too common.
These cases are the worst cases of child abuse.
Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri detailed a disturbing child pornography case Tuesday. A Lelleman mother is charged with 41 counts involving her 11-year-old daughter.
The mother created at least 14 videos of her 11-year-old daughter posing at the mother's direction and engaging in various sex acts,
including on the mother, the sheriff says. Sheriff Gualtieri says they got information Friday about a 38-year-old man watching child pornography and meeting with young children to engage in sexual activity. They traced the child pornography back to the mother, who is not being identified, in order to protect her daughter's identity.
but equally at fault
She needs to be
are the consumers
beaten to death.
of this crap, and that's what it is.
Sheriff Gualtieri says the mother admitted to forcing her 11-year-old to perform sex acts and to sending them to the 38-year-old. She barely showed any emotion in court Tuesday. The sheriff says the child pornography problem is out of control in the U.S. Since January, deputies have booked 84 people into jail in Pinellas on 900 charges of possessing or distributing child pornography.
We're going to do everything we can to...
Did you see it said penis? Wait a minute.
Pornography.
Hold on.
We're going to do everything
Wait
we
a minute.
can.
Charges of
They said U.S. since January, deputies have booked 84 people into jail in Pinellas on. It's supposed to be Pinellas. This closed caption said penis and not Pinellas. Penis, not Pinellas.
Possessing or distributing child pornography.
We're going to do everything we can to curtail it, because it's something we'll never stop, but it's ruining kids' lives.
The sheriff says they're adding more resources to investigate child pornography crimes. The judge Tuesday ordered the mother not to have contact with the victim. Another judge will be hearing the issue of bond at a later date, but some of the charges don't even...
Everybody is hearing her charges. These women right here that are in jail with her, they're going to go back and tell everybody about why she's there. And they're going to whip her ass.
qualify for bond. The husband and an older man and woman who were in the courtroom as well, sitting with the husband, they spoke with the prosecutor before and after that first appearance today, and the sheriff says they're still investigating to see if the mother sent those videos to anyone else, and they're also looking at the payments for those videos. The sheriff says the family and the victim have victim advocates working with them. The Florida Department of Children and Families is involved as well. Reporting in Pinellas
I
County,
don't
Kayla
know
Tracy,
how
Fox.
you would do that to your child. I don't care how desperate you are for money. That is an 11-year-old little girl. It doesn't matter if anybody was touching her or not. Doesn't matter. She's 11 years old. You were putting her and sending this to a 38-year-old man who was paying you. They're not salvageable at all. Sappho, am I saying your name right? It looks like Sappho, but she's 11. There's no but. She's 11. You pimped out your daughter. Whether that man, what would have happened if that man decided he wanted to really come and have sex with her and offered you a lot more money? Would you have taken it? Hell yes, she would have.
We would have our day in court.
Now this is
And
something
that's
here.
how proud I am. That's how I feel right now.
That is Charlotte community activist Cedric Dean during a
Yes,
2022
you will,
interview with Queen
Appalachian.
City News about his lawsuit over city
It's
council
nice to see you again.
redistricting. Tonight, Dean's the focus of a different legal case. FBI agents raided his home in an investigation into allegations of healthcare fraud. Thanks for joining us at 10 tonight. I'm Brian Blakely. We have federal court documents accusing
Exactly,
Dean
Stacey.
and his company of fraudulently billing Medicaid for mental health services never provided. But as of tonight, Dean's not facing any formal charges. Queen City News reporter Shakira Speaks shows us how the FBI went looking for evidence today.
Neighbors have been keeping an eye on this white home for weeks after noticing several different.
Girl, that wig is not good on your head. We need to do better. Okay, it's not sitting right. It's not laid right, but okay.
People and moving trucks constantly at the home. It belongs to a local community activist, Cedric Dean. And on Thursday, neighbors' suspicions were confirmed when they saw several FBI agents surrounding the property. How many people do you think lived in?
No idea. I've seen quite a few cars.
Neighbors on McChesney Road in Charlotte always wondered what was going on at this home.
There's always so many cars in the driveway. Yeah, so many cars in the driveway.
Thursday, they opened their doors to find federal agents raiding the house. County records show the home is owned by Cedric Dean, a local community activist and CEO
Ooh, Cedric,
of the
what
health
you do?
program.
We just are here to make sure that it's safe and that we're comfortable to live here and all of that. And when all those people were coming and going and the moving trucks were coming and going and bringing things and leaving, then we just kind of kept our eye on the house.
According to federal documents, investigators accused Dean and his company, Cedric Dean Holdings, of running a Medicaid fraud scheme that started last September.
Federal.
Documents obtained by Queen City News claimed Dean's group targeted vulnerable homeless people at shelters and other places. Dean allegedly offered small payments, offered free food, and even housing in exchange for their Medicaid numbers.
It was a little surprising to see the FBI and a lot of assault weapons.
Dean's business is accused of filing $14.5 million in fraudulent Medicaid claims from September 2024 to June 2025. Investigators say he received almost $9 million in payments. Now, the government is seizing money from 3 accounts, 5 cars, 2 houses in Charlotte, and 2 more in Shelby. But this isn't the first time Dean has been involved with law enforcement. His criminal record dates back to the 1980s, including a 2-decade federal prison sentence on a cocaine conviction. Dean's also accused of forcing his way into a woman's apartment last May, with police stating his past criminal charges of assault, armed robbery, and kidnapping.
We always gave him the benefit of the doubt when he moved in, thinking that he was helping people.
The investigation is still ongoing. For now, reporting in Charlotte, Shakira Speaks, Queen City News.
Queen City News Plus. Just search
Okay,
Queen City.
now we're going to look at the King's March that happened everywhere. We had one here yesterday as well. And where is the King's March? What did I do with it? Damn it. Did I save it? We had a King's March yesterday. It was happening everywhere. And I know I saved it, but maybe it's on another tab. King's March, not match. I want to show you this. This was...
We heard from everyone from faith leaders to drag queens at this No Kings rally. Before...
Hold on. Let me show you this. This was yesterday. And it was, oh my God. It was everywhere. Okay? Everywhere. I think this one is Seattle. Here we go. I think that's where Drea went yesterday. Not Drea. Hi, Kimmy. I think that's where Shiloh went yesterday.
We heard from everyone from faith leaders to drag queens at this No Kings rally before protesters took to the streets in the thousands. And those Portlanders tell me that this rally feels different with the threat of the National Guard presence looming.
We believe in kindness and love. The fact that everyone's here today really means a lot of who we are as Portland. Showing up matters.
Protesters flooded the streets in costumes and inflatables, holding signs and playing instruments to protest against the Trump administration.
False narratives being told. And Oregonians have picked up the right way to respond with nonviolent direct action.
Reverend Dr. Mark Knutson making reference to recent characterizations of Portland as, quote, war-ravaged amid protests at the ICE facility in response to recent ICE raids and the threat of National Guard deployment.
We declared ourselves a sanctuary church when I first got back 30 years ago. We've held ICE out. Because with our neighbors hurting, we cannot be silent.
The recent ICE activity is why many we spoke to decided to come to the rally.
I'm just horrified at the way they're treating immigrants and people of color and grabbing people off the streets, and I think it's pretty disgusting.
One family we spoke to who chose to remain anonymous told us this is their first protest, and it's also serving as a way to instill their family values onto their daughter.
We talk with our daughter that we believe that all families should be able to stay together. There are families in our community who are being separated, and they're just trying to live their lives. They have children. They're to school, they're working their jobs, contributing in important ways, and that's something that's important to us as a family.
The march continued for hours and appeared overwhelmingly peaceful. KGW did observe a few agitators on the corner who seemed to be trying to pick fights with the protesters. But a senior faith leader says these protests are essential.
We're not afraid. That's right. That's the one thing for sure. We're not afraid. Those who came before us and fought for us to be able to have what we have today, they were not afraid. We recognize these are some of the things that must be done because otherwise people want us to be silent, and we absolutely refuse to be silent.
Jake Holter, KGW News.
So that one was, let me see if I have the Idaho one, because I pulled up the King's March, and hold on a second, let me look.
Tonight,
I
first
pulled it
appearance
up.
makes a mother sit behind bars here at the Pinellas
This
County
one,
Jail this evening.
okay,
facing
this
a
is the one that's in
crime.
Seattle.
41 counts here total.
This is
All these charges
Albuquerque.
related to child pornography.
Hold
including
on, let's look. Ooh, that's loud.
Under the Space Needle, thousands rallied around another No Kings protest, marching against President Trump's moves toward authoritarianism.
Benjamin Franklin was asked what kind of a government they were establishing.
Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal told a crowd as far as the eye could see that Franklin's warning rings true today.
She famously answered, "A republic, if you can keep it."
That's loud.
Donald Trump has got to go.
Ho, ho. The president's term is defined by immigration crackdowns and an institutional overhaul. Organizers say the No Kings movement is growing.
I'm going to say this again, as far as immigration is concerned. You said you were going to get out the criminals. All for that. But when you're going to schools and you're going to jobs and you're dragging people out of their jobs, people that are at work are not doing criminal behavior. We have a lot of criminals that are in jail. Deport them. The ones that get arrested, don't give them a trial. Send their ass back. Jesus. Oh, he's on Twitch too?
From a few thousand nationwide just months ago to what they call the largest protest in U.S. history.
Tens of thousands of people are making the 2 to 3 mile march through downtown Seattle.
If I don't fight, who will?
We're doing it with nothing but love and just showing up.
It's like every day you look in the newspaper, there's like 2 or 3 things, at least big things happening that's showing erosion of our democracy.
SNAP is being cut.
For the chair of the King County Council, it was more than a
Okay, here's the thing. SNAP is being cut. Okay. I'm all for helping someone temporarily. But when you're living off the government, when you're able to go out and get a job, but you want to go out and party, you're driving cars, you're living in Section 8 housing, and you keep having more. I have seen this. I told you guys when I lived in Virginia, this woman pulled up in this, I think it was a Mercedes, or was it a Cadillac? It was one of the two. She had 4 kids with her. We're at the seafood market. 4 kids with her. She's dressed to the nines. And that's when they were still doing food stamps, you know, like the paper things. She's ordering lobster tails and all of this shit. And I'm just going, okay, she paid for it with food stamps. Kids look like whodunit. Hair hasn't been combed in days. And you're living off of my tax dollars when I'm coming in paying cash for the shit that I want. Get the fuck out of here. My mother was on, when she left Louisiana, well, before she left Louisiana, my mother went back to college. And we were on, government assistance until she finished her degree. When she finished her degree, she got off of government assistance. We moved to Houston. It took her 2 years because she already had credits, but it took her 2 years to finish. We moved to Houston. She got a job. She didn't live off the government. She was paying for us. Even when she was on government assistance, she still had to pay for our school. She worked part-time, went to school, but she still had government assistance as far as housing is concerned. My mother did all of that. We didn't live on government assistance for 2 years, 2.5 years. She got her degree, moved us out of Louisiana. We went to Houston, thrived. It's not there for you to live off of. When I agree, they should go out and get jobs. You've got Tim and Angela on TikTok every day. They're coming on live, begging for people to give them money for food. Now they're begging for clothing. Now that you think I'm kidding. I work my ass off. It's tight as fuck. Yep. Thank you. That's what pisses me off right there. That's what pisses me off. You think that people, you're able to get a fucking job if you're able to sit up on the internet and talk shit like all of these people do on TikTok. They all out there. And I'm going to show you, before I get out of here, I'm going to show you Tim and Angela. This is a man and a woman. He has every excuse in the world for why he's not working. He swears to God that people call his job and he doesn't, hold on, let me see. Tim and Angela. I know Chantel did one, but I want you to see him clearly. Hold on. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this. This is what pisses me off right here. Lisa was going live begging for drugs, right? She's begging for drugs. And hold on. This is, just want to make sure I have it right. Hold on, I want to get the right one. Okay. So hold on. I want to get the right one so you can get a good look at this big, nasty, nasty ass man that comes on live every day and begs for money. Hold on. Here we go. His wife has Jeffree Star makeup.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And here, just like clockwork, we knew they would show up on Thursday because that's the day before the week's worth of rent was paid up. So they need food, gas, and rent. And of course, he didn't come up with a job. They laid up in bed watching horror movies all week. And now
every day. Somebody gave them $300 that paid up their room until Thursday, $70-something, $75 a night, and he had the room to Friday morning. Thursday, like clockwork. Here
Now
he
they need to
is.
come in for the big beg Thursday. Let's watch.
And that's what we got going on today. TNT Mom doing pretty good. Could be doing a little bit better. Stressed about a few things. We're definitely in that.
He's
I tell
stressed.
you, I'm a firm believer that right now we're in the middle of a depression. They ain't called it that.
We ain't no
So,
damn
hey,
depression.
dummy.
Your fucking ass need a job. You need to take your fat ass and go get a job. A job.
In the middle of a depression, you can barely get bar soap, let alone food. You're rationed. You're not in the middle of a depression. You need to look up your history.
When Tim goes private, Scam Slam has access. Well, shit. You know that, Chantel, because you're in the Discord. She has access to
Shame on you for saying that.
Yeah, strep throat sucks. We hope you get feeling better. Crazy biker
Exactly,
lady, how are
Sammy.
you doing? Double pneumonia is rough too. Hey, Christine, suggestions for strep throat. Definitely go to the doctor. They should give you some meds. It's been so long since I had strep throat, I don't remember.
They took his food stamps away, he said, because people were calling. No, what's going on is that you're collecting all this money on the internet and you're not reporting what you're getting. That's the problem. You're sitting there getting PayPal and what is it, Venmo or Cash App, whatever he has. But normally they have all three.
Meds. Dang. So we got lots of ice cream. We got gargle salt water. Hey, Tulsa. Get in to get a plate for the day. And I guarantee you right now there's people lined up already.
He's going to the Salvation
I think
Army.
they do a couple hundred plates a day maybe. So they cook a little bit of everything. Whatever they have donated enough of. Yeah. Cotton candy they do, but the process of getting on something like that is insane. I don't know where you're getting those numbers from.
This is a grown man. A grown man that has an excuse. And let me tell you, he was working at Harbor Freight, right? He said, came live one day and said, well, he had to go in and he's been working all these hours. Come to find out, someone called him out. Then he said he was put on administration leave because people were saying that they were going to come into the store and pew people. No one is going to write that shit. Call the police department there, Chantel. I've already called. There is not one report of any of that. He's a liar. A liar. Tim and Angela McCord. There is no report about physical harm or threats. And these women that are in this TikTok supporting this grown-ass, nasty-ass man, they need help. And they pry on elderly people.
Talking about welfare or food stamps? Yeah, we'll have a lot of churches around here around Christmas start giving out boxes and got to put in for them.
He's
State of
already
Tennessee,
planning to
you
get
fill out an
boxes
application for
Christmas.
your welfare and then you wind up on a waiting list forever. And that's as far as I know where it goes because that's as far as I've been with it. The job is in the picture. Thank you for taking time and capitalizing job. And thank you for
But he said he's looking for a job. 2 weeks ago, he said every place he's put in applications for, they said, yeah, we received a letter about you. And they wouldn't hire him. So if you can't get hired in Dyersburg, Tennessee, shouldn't you move someplace else? He's a liar.
that. I did get a little bit of gas money. It not that way here, that's for sure. Not going to say that name, but thank you for the gas money there. I'm going to go
Yep, he quit.
And put it in the gas tank, and then we'll go from there. If we can get a box, I'll let everybody knows. And see, that's a thing that a lot of people think. They think that every place gets a lot of help, like big cities, you know.
Well, that's why you have to maintain a JOB, because where I live, they put the poor homeless people in sub-zero temperatures. It's freezing in the winter here, intense outside of town.
Exactly,
You're not allowed to
Shayna.
be homeless here. They act like it's a crime here, and it's awful. They won't even open a warming shelter. So we know that's why we got to hang on to a job.
That's a rough trade out, cotton candy. Yeah, and see, a lot of people think, hey, you know, y'all have just as many resources as Nashville or Memphis or Knoxville, or and I'm like, we don't, we
He's
don't have we don't have that
I wanted
program,
the one
those
with his
programs here.
wife,
We have
Angela.
West Tennessee Homeless Solution here, and they cover
This
from
is Hot Takes on Internet Fakes. That's who that is. I was trying to see the one with Angela when they were in the car. They were in the car, and he was like, yeah, I'm not sure we're better, because we're short of the money. And she's sitting right next to him. And I'm sitting there going, take your nasty ass and go get a job. But they lay up every day in a hotel room that other people are paying for. That's him. So until he gets the money, he stays online. Then he gets off. I understand that Lisa is now on favorited. Nate is in jail, no bail. He's got terroristic threats, possession. He's a flight risk. They gave him no bail. Lisa's over on favorited. I think she's under Nate's account. But again, people on TikTok are still falling for this. This guy comes live. The only reason he wasn't, he's asking for gas, food. Now they're asking for winter clothes. They're asking for gas for the car. Are you crazy? So this is crazy. Yep, I like hot takes. Scam Slam had one that I couldn't even listen to because I was getting so mad. These people are disgusting. And I saw the one you put up about Chef Carl, who said that he has, what does he say? He has a heart monitor. Chef Carl, you don't have no heart monitor. These people with the lies. But I want to show you this before I get out of here. So yesterday, you remember when I kept telling you about what I sent it to Brooke, so I'll show it to you guys too. Okay. So this is, I need to go here. Okay. When I tell you I order my crabs and I said it was $2.75, it was $2.50 for shipping. I ordered 10 pounds. Okay. So that's the minimum. You have to order 10. And 10 pounds is normally about 3.5, maybe 4. But I ordered the males, large males, jumbo males. That's what I order. And they're $14.99 a pound. My total was $144. My shipping was $2.50. That's what I get. And when I looked, I said, oh, I lied to Brooke. I said, it wasn't $2.75. It was $2.50. So I had to send it to her. But guys, I'm telling you, it's Sunday. We should all be in. Let me see. I'll be right back. My damn cat's acting up. They hungry. Oh my God. So it's Sunday. I don't know who's going live today. I don't know if Sweets is going live today or not. But can we try? Can we all just get along? Not talk. Wait a minute, man. These beggars make so much, Heidi. I'm working my ass off to take care of myself, still at 63 years young, and help my kids all the time still. See, that's what I'm saying. And he sits there and he acts like, hold on, let's finish out this march. And they, no shame, no nothing. No shame, no nothing. They keep begging. And then he says that Angela can't work because she has epilepsy. Bitch, my mother worked. She had epilepsy since she was a kid. It was a side effect because she had spinal meningitis, whatever it was. It was the medication that gave her, not spinal, she had meningitis. The medication that was given to her caused her to start having seizures. She worked until the day she retired with epilepsy, drove the car, which she had a few accidents because she wasn't making sure her levels were there. That last accident was really bad. her car flipped over by the bayou, and I took the license. There was no more car, no more nothing. So, Angela
The
can
protest. Gurmai Zaile was raised by Sudanese refugees in South Seattle.
We lived low income in South Seattle and in Skyway, but because of HUD investments in affordable housing, we had a roof over our head. Because of Medicaid, we had health care. Because of SNAP, we had food on the table. Because of Pell Grants, I got to go to college. And now, just one piece at a time, all of those foundational programs are being chipped away.
At the local level, county officials are taking legal action and redirecting funds to fight back against the president's devastating cuts, while No King's Day unites and drives opposition tens of thousands strong. In Seattle, Alex McClune, King 5 News.
Hold on, let me see if we have it. Here we go.
Those protests also happening here in the inland Northwest. If you drove down Division this afternoon, you would have seen the No Kings protests happening at B.A. Clark Park. KREM 2's Christian Garza was out there talking with people who say it's important to show up and make their voices heard.
Hundreds or even thousands of Spokanites are taking part in a national movement right here at B.A. Clark Park. But days like today are about making sure that your voices are heard, so I figured I would give the community a chance to do just that.
Man, I wouldn't do a full screen on you. I wouldn't do that.
One after another.
Hi, my name is Terry McMullen.
My name is Lindsay. My name is Kalex Glazier, and I am here today because I was raised to be patriotic and to love my country.
Spokanites gathered in North Spokane to take part in the national No Kings movement, walking up and down Division, cheering and yelling. Some held signs, others wore costumes. But for one Spokane man,
Harvey Brown,
the reason for coming to Saturday's demonstration is different than everyone else's.
There's hope. There's hope.
Because while Brown's happy to join the crowd of passionate Americans, attending protests like this isn't something he thought he'd be spending his retirement doing.
Well, this was the type of thing I would take a root canal or most anything to avoid. But now it's become the most important thing we can do.
Much less memorializing them through the lens of his camera.
I counted on Lightroom about 40 events, or maybe more, that we've been to. The first one was in February here in the snow, which made for excellent photographs, but really cold hands.
Turning his treasured hobby into a way to make sure his community's voices are heard and seen for years to come.
This technique is called spray and pray.
While thousands lined both sides of Division, the main takeaway many want from this demonstration is showing that the only way forward is through unity.
I hope our community realizes that we are all here together.
I hope they take away the fact that the power in a democracy always rests with the people.
I'm hopeful that all of the people that live in this country will stand up and protect it.
Christian Garza.
So anyway, you guys have a happy Sunday. Be safe if you're traveling out there. Again, Sweets, I'm sorry that this happened to you. Justin, I kept seeing you asking to come on panel, and today wasn't an open panel. I just let Sweets come up because she asked me earlier. I came live today to talk about the stuff that I wanted to bring to you on Friday, and then all hell broke loose. So I want to say thank you. I'm telling you, happy Sunday. I don't know who else is going live. I'm not sure. Savage, are you going to try to do a live again today? But I don't know if E11's going live. I don't see any live scheduled. The people that I follow, let me check again. Maybe they've set some. That old man, I like him. I want you guys to go to Supernatural with Nikki. I want you to watch her live. What's going on right now on TikTok? They're putting up people's deceased family members. And when I say they, I mean Psycho Bunny, Chrissy. They're doing this because Psycho Bunny has been called out for all her lies and her bullshit. And when I say the bitch is psycho, she's psycho. Here is the link for that. You can go listen to you might not know who these people are, but be aware the manipulation, the lies. She shows the receipts and everything else. Okay. So Chrissy just lost her husband not too long ago. If somebody was to put a picture up of Chrissy's husband on TikTok under a fake page and do all that shit, she would have a heart attack. I want to see the chickens. Oh, yeah. I don't know if E11, hold on. Let me see if E11 is going to go live. Let me see if E is going to go live. Because when I checked earlier, I didn't see any live scheduled. Let me go look. Nope. E went live 2 days ago. There's nothing tentatively scheduled. But if you want to see the chickens, hold on. Let me see. Oh my God, E11. Let me see a little video. I just want the chickens shorts. Okay, I don't see anything on just the chicken. Oh, hold on. Okay. I think this one might be just the chickens. Hold on. And let me show you her chickens. I enjoyed when she had the turkey live when they were hatching. So this is Rosie. This is E11's chickens right here.
All right, Golden Girls.
That's the Golden Girl.
You know what time it is. Oh, you can keep your eyes open. You're so tired.
Look how fat you've gotten.
You're not that big. You're half the size of Rosie. I don't know what this new thing is, this puffy. All right, relax.
Well, maybe they're just
a different look. I'm just not used to it. It'll grow on me. It's okay. I like curvy girls. Yeah.
Look how beautiful they are.
HOA Golden Girls. Time to go to bed. I'll watch a little bit more of the sunset.
Okay. There's the chickens, and they just sit there and let her pet them. Now, if that's my grandmother, she'll be out there trying to go get them and wring their necks. But I love you guys. Have a great, just for you, Hank. Just for you. You wanted to see the chickens. There they go. Her chickens are beautiful. They really are. So I know my aunt and my uncle had a lot of chickens when we were little. My grandmother, my grandfather, but they used them for eggs. They used them for food. Those are her pets, but I know she does. Wait a minute. But I know she gets eggs from them as well. So you guys have a happy Sunday, and I really appreciate all of you. And I am going out of here. Bye, guys. Have a great Sunday. I appreciate you. Bye.